Yeah, I think this is one of the questions that people have, Dr. Yan. You know, we're literally 2 blocks from the White House. We're in a hotel, magnificent hotel. The old post office turned into a great hotel by Donald Trump. You're here at the Falkirk Center. We've got great freedom fighters. It's the Freedom Center. This is really a gathering of the China hawks over the next 2 days, right? Later, after us, you're going to have the Committee on the Present Danger in the Economic War Room with Kevin Freeman. Just a magnificent day capped by Ted Cruz. What I think people can't understand is Hong Kong University is a revered institution. This P3 lab is kind of revered too. That's why it was a reference lab by the WHO. Dr. Gabriel Loon, Malik, these people are the top of their profession. In fact, they are known as the SARS hunters. The whole purpose of the lab and the prestige of Hong Kong University is because they were so great in finding out about SARS and finding out everything we need to know about SARS. And SARS is such a problem, potential problem, that we know now with the CCP virus is only SARS-2. Why is it that someone that ran actually the technical side of the laboratory, why couldn't you come public and state your case in Hong Kong? Why did you have to flee in the dark of night to the United States?
Because once I start to tell it out in Hong Kong, I will immediately get disappeared, like all the Hong Kong protesters who get disappeared without their names even. That is very terrible because CCP government now control both mainland China and overseas, not only for even Chinese-speaking place. And I know, as you guys all know, that censorship for all over the world. So they don't like people to tell any truth against CCP regime, even it's the real truth. I mean, they just want people to know what they want you to know, like how the animal can spread the SARS-CoV-2, which is totally lie, and like how the SARS-CoV-2 come from nature, which is also another lie. And their publication from Bad Woman Shi Zhenli about RATG13 virus, which is a fabricated virus, now being questioned by a lot of researchers. But this report cannot get published because of the censorship in the scientific field.
So, Dr. Yana, and when you say disappear, you mean disappear like sent to the mainland and put in a prison somewhere. That's what's happening to the Hong Kong freedom fighters. That's what, Dr. Yan, you said you're concerned about. One last question, because I know you're going to be doing a lot of media over the next couple of weeks. Is this, in your best professional knowledge, is this virus something that naturally came out of a fresh market in Wuhan, or is this something you think is somehow either through a gain-of-function experiment or somehow with some sort of weapons program or whatever came out of the lab in Wuhan? Is this natural or is this not natural?
Before I answer this question, let me briefly introduce my background. I have my clinical medical degree from mainland China and also got my PhD degree in China. And then I turned to the University of Hong Kong to do the virology and immunology research. I also focus on the vaccine development. And since SARS-CoV-2 happened, I work in the WHO lab for the COVID-19 research. So according to my research experience, and I can say that, and all the intelligence and information I got, I can tell you that's definitely not come from nature, and also that's definitely not come from the WHO는 seafood market, because all the evidence I got shows that there are no animal hands left in any sample when they checked before they do the thoroughly cleaning of the Wuhan seafood market. But why CCP government insists that all the patients have to get the Wuhan seafood market history before they get diagnosed even in January? Why? They know at least 1/3 of patients don't have this history. They haven't been to the Wuhan seafood market, and they didn't get any animal hint from these samples. Only one sample from all the 30 samples, environmental samples they get from the seafood market has some virus detected. And these samples are not detected by the real experts from overseas or even Hong Kong. It's just done by the CCP government, and then they show the result to the world and tell you, come on, this is from China's animal. Some animal, maybe people eat bat, eat rat, and eat all the poor animals and innocent animals. They don't know how to speak. They cannot fight with CCP. So they are the scapegoats. So I don't think it can come from nature, and they cannot find the evidence now. Now see how the bad woman Jenny gets an interview from Science recently. She herself cannot answer this question. She just let you to do the research for years and years and say, see, we know there is definitely a host, and you need to go to find the bad, you need to go to find the source. But why don't they go back to check the possibility it can come from some lab? I mean, I'm now preparing a very solid scientific report to show people that how easily this can be done from the lab, and even not need to come from the very high technique lab. This is something actually using the mature technique, and also if you have the material, which we see here as the SARS-CoV-2's backbone virus, this is the only virus which is owned by CCP, by their PLA labs, and with these things, you can make it within half years. That's so easy.
This is what the CCP is not going to be able to stand up against, is the truth. You know, from facts come truth, and you're hearing it from Dr. Yan. We're going to be having her do a lot of media over the next couple of weeks. But if you thought, Dr. Yan, the CCP tried to disappear you wait till the mainstream media starts to tear you apart. So you're a hero. I think it's amazing what you've done. You've left your home to come here to the United States to make sure the people of the United States are warned about this, the people of the world are warned about this, that Chinese citizens are warned about this, that the lies of the Chinese Communist Party, if they're allowed to go unanswered, are only going to lead to more and more death and destruction. I want to thank you. This is the first of many. Dr. Yan, thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.